All right,
Hello,
and
Susan.
welcome on into DMS Adventures Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. We are here for our Saturday StrixSeven College of Chaos adventure, where our adventuring party, the Haven's Heroes, is in their summer of adventure between years 3 and 4. But before we get into that, we do have some announcements. This upcoming Monday, we will not have our normal Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure. We will be having a special DMS birthday subathon one-shot, as Monday is my birthday. So we will be having a super fun one-shot. It's going to be a blast, so join us for that, because I've chosen the module, and it is going to be so much fun, and just super excited. And come to find out, one of the normal players on Monday that won't be joining us is going to have the real-life version and go to a food festival. So, I mean, hey, it works. Real life and roleplay, it works. Alright, but before we get into our adventure for today, our normal schedule would be Dragon of Icespire on Monday. We're doing the one-shot, but we will be back the next Monday with the Dragon of Icespire Peak. And I see this, there's this premonition I had of this giant white dragon that was asleep on a rooftop of this fortress on this peak covered in snow. Seems like maybe they might encounter a dragon or something. Who knows? Then, of course, on Friday we have our Eberron Oracle of War, part number 8, starting next Friday. So, and then, of course, right back here for our StrixSeven College of Chaos. Alright, it has been 2 weeks since we were back here, but just to kind of go over what has been happening, we, our Haven's Heroes have taken a little bit of a vacation away from campus, as between their third and fourth year on the StrixHaven campus, Telvin was asked to assist with the finding and returning of a extremely large robotic creation that had been taken out of his home plane of Mechanus and brought to the material plane. So our adventurers went, found it, took over control of it, and took it back to the world of Mechanus, where they were detained upon arrival and put into a small room or warehouse, where unfortunately Sky got a little overwhelmed, and in a fit of trying to control Sky and not succeeding, a fight broke out, and the party escaped from the warehouse and headed off into the world of Mechanus proper. Alright. And so it is there.
After Telvin specifically telling us to be on our best behavior.
Yes, after Telvin specifically saying, be on your best behavior in this plane of law and order. And also just a reminder that anyone who did, actually, you know what, it is an ongoing thing, so go ahead and everybody give me a wisdom save. Because the longer that you are here within Mechanus, the more chance there is of your alignment switching to lawful neutral. Okay. Telvin, you're feeling much more lawful than you were on the material plane. Okay. Alright. So that works out. Felfiz, you also are feeling like maybe the choices of Sky was not a good plan. But you are definitely doing well to try to keep order amongst your ranks. The one person that doesn't seem super different, though, ironically, Eivor. I mean, Eivor is kind of the most lawful of your group as a general rule. And so it is her that it just doesn't quite become as apparent that she is changing to a more lawful neutral character. Buddy, hi, mister. I see what you're doing here, but I need you to get down. It is too hot for cuddles right now. Thank you. All right. Okay. So, with that, you guys had made your way over, headed towards another one of the cogs, which this world is built on quite literally cog wheels, and they are at a 90-degree angle to each other, and you know that Talvin's family is on a different wheel than what you are currently on. Thank you, Uncle Ragnarok. Alright. There you go, guys.
I was gonna say, he loves you, but he wasn't up there for cuddles right now.
No, he was. He was trying to actually cuddle. It's too hot for that. Alright. So, you guys ran into a marching band of monodrones and duodrones, where you found on the pedestal a funny-looking instrument of some kind. Yeah, you grabbed it, and then you took off towards the next, to the next cogwheel. So it is at the base of this ladder that we find ourselves, trying to head to the next cogwheel. Okay. So, as all of you move to the next massive gear that the city resides on, you notice that it is honeycombed with massive, perfectly circular holes. These vast pits sometimes descend into utter darkness, while others seem to drill hundreds of feet straight through the gear to the empty air on the other side. A maze of catwalks crisscrosses around the holes, allowing you to slowly progress forward. Soon you reach a dead end at the edge of a hole with no clear path ahead. The hole itself is 150 feet across. However, there are 6 unmarked levers that stand on the edge of the catwalk. 3 humanoid skeletons lay in front of the levers. It looks like pulling the correct lever may control some sort of mechanism for crossing the gap. Pulling the wrong lever could, however, of course, spell disaster. There is a small metal plaque bolted into the base of the lever frame. It is engraved with neat, orderly text in common that says, "Between your hex and penta, 2 levers can you fit? Your try is always first, a clue I dare not omit. Mono is next to quad, which is itself good friends with hex, but try and penta are foes, from whom there's no respect. Your job is to find the duo, to step foot on the far shore. Hexadrome calls it its friend. Pull now or witness war." And the levers are situated left to right. They are not labeled.
3 of them?
Shapes?
Roll a investigation check, please. I like that you rolled a 4 and you have a 17.
Why are you always surprised?
I know, right? So, there are shapes to these levers. Yes.
Are they by any chance a hexagon and a triangle?
I mean, that would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, one would be like a square, a triangle, and a hexagon.
I mean,
Are
possibly.
they?
Yep, they are.
Are they in a certain order? Dang it, where's Kaz? I need him to draw this.
Right? Okay.
Triangle is first, according to riddle. So try is always first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will pull triangular lever.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
So how many? Did you said 3 levers though, right?
So there is 6 levers total.
Or 6 levers. Sorry, I wrote down
There's
3.
6
My-
levers total.
6. I was gonna say there's way too many shapes here for 3.
Uh-huh. Yep. 3 humanoid skeletons lay in front of the levers.
Oh, maybe that's what I wrote.
Okay. So you pull the try one? Is that what you said?
Ah,
Okay. A loud clanging sound and 8 triadromes arrive and immediately attack you on this bridge.
hmm.
So let me get you a map here. Alright, let's get over here. So, unfortunately, the lever number 1 was incorrect. So,
It wasn't level 1, it was the triangle
sorry,
lever.
the lever you first pulled is wrong. Alright, let me get you guys all onto here. And you're gonna
Job is to find the duo. 2 levers we have to pull, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Try and Penta don't go together.
So let's see here. Grab those.
So duo should be next to Hexa, which would be 6, or at least 2 and 6, possibly.
This is the question. This is the welcome to D&D where we have random puzzles.
Boo.
I mean, you're
I
welcome.
need the shape.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't. There it is. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triadrones come and are attacking you. Alright. So keep in mind there is a giant hole behind you.
They came up from the path we already went through.
They did, yes. So there's a ginormous hole behind you. Yep.
And that's the direction we need to go.
And that is the direction you need to go, yes. Alright. And so Telvin would have been right next to the bridge. You guys would have kind of all been there together. And these creatures are coming up. We'll say, yeah. Let's see here. Hey, Kate made it in the chat. Good job, Kate. Alright. So, I don't know. You know, we're going to leave Eivor off right now because I don't know for sure if she's coming. But you guys are all here, so we will do that. And so they will all come up here to you guys. And I need you to please roll initiative.
We had found an ID badge.
Uh-huh.
Does that... Can we use that, or do we need to attune to it?
No, you can use it. I believe. Let's see. Hold on. I don't remember if that one is a tune or not. That was.
It's wondrous uncommon. That's all it.
Yeah. So no, you can use it if you want. All right. So with that, it went away. The turn order. There we go. There we go. All right. So Sora, you are up first. All right. And actually, let's see here. All right. So Sora, what are you gonna do? You see these? You see Telvin has pulled the first lever, trying to come up with something, and it did not work. But all of a sudden, these 8 creatures start coming up, and are now currently on the attack.
Calvin, do you know what you're doing?
It was an honest mistake. Triangular lever. Set to pull first.
Okay. Well, first things first. I want to try this for the first time.
Okay. Do you find another first time in for everything?
A spell I never did before.
Okay.
And I need a intelligence save, I guess.
Okay. Against which one?
The closest one would, I think.
Okay. We have some mind whip going on, huh?
I tried to psychic create a whip and try to hit him.
Okay. Alright, so an intelligence save. Let's see how this goes. Oh, hey, that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Not enough, but still better than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so that is 10 points of psychic damage. Okay. Alright, okay.
Here's the thing you need to do.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Alright. Okay. So, anything else you would like to do?
And just bonus action Telkatsu to defend anyone.
Okay.
And they will stay witness to Felfis and ready to. They can't wait action at the same way to attack people when they get near my flips.
Okay. Alright, Vegan, that brings us to you.
Yes, it
Hi.
does. Hi.
She does exist.
I'm going to... Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good. I'm using new headphones. I'm going to firebolt pink.
Okay. That will definitely hit pink. These guys are made of metal, but they are, they are hittable. So, all right, that you just took out so this Tridrone is he's got 3 arms, and you just took off 2 of them.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna yell, "Think faster!"
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So then, Felfis, that brings us to you.
I'm gonna focus on trying to figure out the puzzle.
Okay. All right. What would you like to do then?
Can I, is it arcane? Can I tell, or is it just mechanical?
It is mechanical. I mean, if you want to pull another lever, you could.
No, not yet.
Okay.
If
you want to search the 3 skeletons that are there, you could do that. You could...
Never mind.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians,
Okay.
and then I'm just going to be very focused on trying to figure out what the puzzle is, and I don't know if that's intelligence checks or what, but...
Okay. Alright.
The Spirit Guardians have my back.
Okay. Alright, so you've got Spirit Guardians up around you as you all see... What are your Spirit Guardians?
Little badgers.
Okay, little badgers come around and they are flying around you. Okay. Alright, so with that, the first of the drones that are right there, Red, is going to start his turn in that Spirit Guardian, so he will do a Wisdom save and fail, and immediately die. Okay. Alright, but these guys are gonna come in, and we will say these 3 are gonna move there. So blue is gonna take... Alright, he is going to take the 14 points of damage. So that was 10, 15. He's gonna just get to there. Orange is gonna move in, do a Wisdom save. Okay, and then green is gonna move in, do a Wisdom save. Okay, purple's gonna move in, do a Wisdom save. Okay, pink's coming up, Wisdom save. They're doing well at their Wisdom saves. Yellow. And then we're gonna color this one red because red's already dead. And so then we'll get rid of this red one. Alright, and Wisdom save for him as well. Alright, so your Spirit Guardians were very beneficial because I didn't pass a single one of those. Alright. But some of them were able to get up to people. Pink died immediately as they came into the circle here. And let's see here. Blue is going to... Blue's going to attack Felfiz since you are the one that has this up. And we'll take an attack.
Doesn't roll again.
I figured that was going to be a disadvantage because Kazoo. So 17, does 17 hit you, Felfiz?
I'm a lizard, yeah.
Okay, just checking. 2 points of bludgeoning damage. Alright, and then we'll look at Kazoo and try for Kazoo. Nope, and the third attack goes to Kazoo. I believe an 18 will hit him. Yes?
Yep.
Okay. You notice that these 3 armored creatures have 3 attacks. Alright, and so red and purple are both gonna go after Began. 1, 2, 3 from red.
Oh man,
1,
those all hit.
2, 3 from purple. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because I'm pretty sure that 19 hits you, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so 5, 10, 16 points of damage to you. As
16.
those 16. Yep. Alright, and then Telvin.
What does Telvin want to do? Let's see here.
Holy crap!
Let's see here. He will summon a giant fireball
Okay.
to hit the back half of Modern.
Okay.
Should hit Lewis instead, but cannot move any closer. So, that being said, let's see, Firebolt, Fire, level 3.
Okay. So it doesn't matter what I roll right now, because they're gonna be dead. Because no matter what, they're gonna take half damage. But because I really want to see what happens, so there's green, blue,
The,
orange, and purple.
AC is actually 17. Not well, while.
Okay. Well,
Still a,
the 4 of them are dead. So we will go ahead and just do that. Alright. There is 1 left on Vegan. Alright, Sky.
I'm still kind of freaking out a little bit. I'm just gonna fly up to red, I guess.
Okay.
Vegan out, and my talents are gonna extend and do a little primal savagery and try to hit this red guy.
Okay. That is definitely gonna hit and take him out. So, the thing with these guys, they don't have a whole lot of hit points. So, yeah, it doesn't take much to take them out, as long as you can hit them. So, alright, that ends our combat, but you still have this puzzle going on. And just a reminder, between your Hex and Penta, 2 levers you can fit. Your try is always first, a clue I dare not to admit. Mono is next to Quad, which is itself good friends with Hex, but Tri and Penta are foes, for whom there's no respect. Your job is to find the duo, to step foot on the far shore. Hexadrone calls it its friend. Pull now or witness gore.
Well, sounds like we only need to pull 2 of the 6, maybe?
It might be Quad and Hexadrone.
I was kind of thinking that way. I'm not.
Because they're friends, so to step foot on the far shore, you have to pull the one that Hexadrone is using.
Can I check the bodies and see if there's any like riddles or anything they've worked out?
Sure, give me an investigation check. By the way, you do notice that the symbol yeah, they're skeleton bodies. They're dead.
I'm pondering animate data as I'm going through their pockets.
The symbol, you're not sure for sure if the symbols that are on the levers are actually the levers, the symbols that are supposed to be on the levers. Like there is the possibility that the symbols on the levers are mix-matched.
Are they all the same color?
They are all the same color.
Well, this is the plane of order, so can I take the labels off?
You can.
I'm gonna try and put it in order, left to right, 1 through 6.
Okay. Okay, so, okay. So which one's first?
1.
Oh, that means you need to pull the 3rd level first, right?
Okay, so you're putting...
That was...
Okay. So you've got Mono... Okay. Dude, get down. It is so hot, and he is over here cuddling on my arm. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you're putting them in order to be Mono, Duo, right?
Yeah.
Tri,
Quad, Penta,
Quad.
Hexa.
Penta, and then Hex. So that is the order that you're putting them in. Left to right?
Yeah.
I pulled... Okay.
You pull Try.
Yeah.
You pull Try first.
Was Try on the 3rd lever at that time?
No, It was on the first lever.
No, our job is not to find a duo. We need to find duo, the duo itself. Your job is to find the duo.
Oh.
Yeah, of quad and hex. I think.
Let me look at the
Did
puzzle
anything
here.
happen when I moved the labels around?
Nope.
Let's see, between New Hex and Penta, 2 levers you can fit. Your try is always first. Couldn't admit, Mono is next to Quad, which is itself good friends with Hex, but Tri and Penta are foes. Your job is to find Duo. Step on the far shore, Hexadron calls its friend.
I think we need to pull quad and hex.
Of course, me being just a little bit chaotic, I'm like, why don't we fly across the hole?
I mean, right?
I've got wings. I'm like,
So-
I can just fly.
The red is what they were. The order that they were in. Black is what you put them into. You took the labels off and you put them into that. Just want it for reference. So you can
Try
see.
is always first.
Oh, that was the one they pulled first last time.
You pulled the very first lever.
Between Hex and Penta, 2 levers you can fit. So 5 and 6 cannot be together. They have to have levers between.
Susan, did I find it on the ground, like a screw or something?
Give me an investigation check.
I think what we do is we need to figure out the shapes before we pull anything and get their order in.
Well,
Just pull duo, it looks like.
okay, so you do not find like any screws or anything on the ground. However, you do find that of the 3 skeletons, there is one is tied up and has pieces of metal laying around it as if it were wearing monodrome plating. There is another that seems to be sitting right underneath the 3rd lever that seems to have died from being burned. And the last person looks to have been stabbed to death. However, Sora, roll me a roll me a d12. 4. Okay.
Oh,
What?
I was just thinking of the order. I'll put it in chat.
Okay. So you find a pair of gloves on this person. Much like the gloves that you guys had found earlier, these are holding gloves. Mechanical gloves that are great for holding onto things. No more dropping your artisan tools on the ground while perched under a large steam-powered carriage. So, you find that on the guy. Or one of the guys, I should say.
Okay.
I think this is the correct order. Well, which levers we pull, I don't know.
What do you do?
One is next to Quad, which itself is good friends with Hex. Hex and Penta have to have 2 between them. Try is first. That leaves Duo at the end.
I still think it's hex and quad.
Yeah, what to pull, I don't know. This is the order of the stickers, is what I'm thinking.
if I switch them around to that order, does anything happen?
Nope. Nothing happens when you move the stickers. You actually have to pull a lever for something to happen.
Job is to find the duo.
So,
I follow Summer3 and pull the last lever.
so, on Sky's order?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait. Time, please. Time, please.
Okay.
You don't have that spell.
I
think he does.
Does.
I
Has something
do.
like it. He has something like it.
moment to think. Is this correct? And throw away. Right. Is this right? No way.
Okay. Alright, so here, this is red is the first order. That's what it was when you guys got there. Then the numerical order is black. Current order is blue.
So
Okay.
I guess that's to say the one that Sky
Yeah,
give
that
out.
that is Sky's order. Is blue. Okay.
And, I mean, it could flip the other way. I just don't know if Hex is try or Pent, and that would flip middle ones too, right? I mean, we got to try and figure that part out.
Okay. It's
Also,
really,
try and Pent are foes, so there's no way that could be.
it's really hard to tell. I mean, that you have no real way to know if this is right or not except to pull a lever.
Well, I said I was going to do it, and I trust Sky for this one. For now,
Okay.
I'll pull the lever.
So you're pulling lever number 6.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Loud, ear-piercing music starts playing. I need everyone to please give me a charisma check. Hey, Kane. Hey, Kane.
Check or a save?
It's a charisma check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rare sighting of charisma check.
Uh-huh.
Where's Protecto say?
Nope, checks. He always complains I never give him charisma anything, so just making sure that to point that out for you. Okay. All right. Okay. Perfect. So okay, let's see here. We got everybody. Felfiz has got a 21. So does alright. So does Sora. Sora has a 21. Telvin and Sky, okay. And Beacon, okay. So I am giving you the chance. Are you happy with those numbers?
So this is a check. I will try to magical guidance.
Okay. That's worse.
A puppet.
You can.
Worried about it? Oh, yeah, 18. 18's better.
Yeah, it's much better. Much better. Beacon, you good with that?
I'm gonna use an Ashy advantage in a reroll.
Okay, go for it.
If my computer will let me. It's fighting me so hard today.
I'm sorry.
Here we go. Oh my goodness, did I roll the exact same?
It hasn't come up yet. For me, anyway.
Or did it not roll?
I don't see anything.
Did you? Shoot again. Ah, is worse.
That is worse. Okay. All right. So, Telvin, Beacon, and you guys. I mean, this kind of makes sense because you guys are very much into the music and stuff. But you find the beauty in music. But then this music is so loud, you are currently deafened. So the two of you cannot hear anything.
our character, they're going to hear music.
Well, you all heard the music, and then all of a sudden Telvin and Began could not hear anything else.
Like in the movies when they do the whole explosion and then everything is super quiet for the people who are in it.
Yep. So you have a feeling that lever number 6 is incorrect.
So it's not 1 or 6.
It is not 1 or 6. I'm going to move this number over here so that we can do this. It is not.
Sorry, everyone.
It's not this one, and it's not
What?
that one.
Did you say something?
Can you hear me?
You see that Sora is talking at you, but you don't hear anything.
Did you say something?
Can you hear me?
I assume
Are you speak?
that Sora, you're doing this very exaggerated, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Are you speaking in another language?
That's a face palm, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull number 2.
Okay. Alright, so you reach over and you pull number 2. This lever, all of a sudden you hear this metal bridge extending from the catwalk across the gap to the other side. As it extends, you see several metal plates slide out from beneath the platform, interlocking perfectly. A railing then slides up from the sides, creating a safe path across.
Then I'm going to message Telvin and say, hey, there's a loud noise. Apparently your hearing's gone for a second. We'll see if we can fix it on the other side. Then do the same thing to Began.
Okay. And so
Because they can hear that, right?
They
It's
can.
in their brains.
Yep, in their brain parts.
Call Felfis.
Startling.
Hexadrone calls its friend. Is that what you figured out?
Yeah, kind of. But then also it just said find the duo, so number 2. We may have been overthinking it.
So just want to
I was
point
just
out,
say, I'm thinking Hex was its friend was the bridge. That's what I was thinking
the one,
when you pulled it.
the order that it was actually in to start with is correct. Had you just chosen the second one, you would have gotten it. Because Hex is 2 away from Penta in the first one. Tri is first. And
Mono's
Tri
next
and
to
Penta
Quad.
are as far away as possible. Mono is next to Quad. Yeah. And so, yeah.
It worked.
It did. And also, if you would have pulled the, let's see here. If you would have pulled the third lever, which the guy was laying at the third lever, looked as if he had been burned, you would have gotten scalding steam. And, yeah, the other one looked as if he had been stabbed, most likely by those tries that came and attacked you. Alright, so with that, you cross over, and after a very long march, you finally reach the edge of the giant gear. This close to the edge, the constant clockwork movement of the gear you are standing on is much more apparent. To your right, the great teeth of the gear mesh perfectly with the vertical gear, which towers over you like an impossibly tall steel cliff face. You can feel the spin of both gears carrying you closer and closer to where the 2 gears meet. Alright. And with that, the gravity of each gear is, like, it feels weird. As these 2 gears are connected by cog teeth at a perfect 90-degree angle. Telvin, you know that the easiest way to get from one gear to the other is either to step or to jump towards the new gear. as you know that jumping straight up will catch the other gravity surface, and it will pull you towards the new gear.
Then I will take the lead by jumping forward.
Give me an acrobatics check, please, to see if you can do it without taking any damage. Perfect. You can do that. All right. So, does anybody follow Telvin onto the new gear?
How far do you jump?
It's not very far. It's less than 10 feet, but it's a matter of jumping up enough to get off of the old gear and onto the gravity pull of the new one. You can also step. You can like move closer and step onto the new gear. It is up to you.
I'd be able to fly to catch next
You can,
level?
but I would still like an acrobatics check.
Fair enough.
Because gravity is weird.
Fly 2,
Okay. Acrobatics,
because,
please. Gravity
you know how
is
I feel
weird.
about...
Okay, you can totally Misty Step. I assume you take Rosie with you.
I don't think you can take some of the Misty Step, can you?
No, like,
Misty Step is just
she
one
can do it
person.
too.
Yeah, she can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So, Sky, perfect. You feel this, this, like, weird thing, kind of like a, well, lack of a better term, butterflies in your stomach. That moment of queasiness as the gravity changes, but you're able, thankfully, to, you as well are able to fly into it. It's very similar for the two of you flying into like a downdraft or something where it affects your equilibrium a little bit. Sora, what are you doing?
First, I guess I put Kazoo in my pocket while he went
Okay.
tiny and be in my pocket.
Okay.
And I want to try this and see if does this help.
Okay. Rabbit hop. It totally does. Yeah, you easily can make it across. I would say, just for the purposes of this, give me that acrobatics check at advantage. Perfect. Good thing you did, because that would have been a natural one. Alright, you guys see Sora just like stop, take a moment, and then do this major jump across. And as all of you are standing on this new gear, you look back to see the gear you were just standing on, now towering above you, raising into the sky like a coin on its side. Somewhere high above is a bridge stretching down over a horizontal hole and a monodrone marching band climbing upward across the surface of the gear. You sense, rather than see, the spinning of those tectonic gears as their collective rotary motion slowly but irresistibly drives the machinery of its world. It is very disorienting. You turn to reacquaint yourself with your goal, a tall tower near the center of the new gear's edge. At its top, a portal shimmers. And, you follow Telvin's lead about a half mile into the new cog's edge, where you find a magnificent-looking metal carriage sitting on metal tracks, guarded by 4 very serious-looking monodrones. Or, at least it looks like a carriage. It looks like a gilded metal box with hinged doors and glass portholes. The horses at the front of the vehicle are extremely detailed, but nonetheless lifeless metal sculptures with wheels attached to the end of their limbs. The whole contraption sits on a metallic wagon wheels, which rest on steel tracks. The tracks are laid out in 2 parallel lines and stretch as far as you can see towards the distant tower. The metal wagon has a driver's seat situated high on the front of the body of the wagon, behind the metal horses. Atop the driver's seat sits a set of levers and cranks, and sits a single monodrone wearing a small brimmed cap. It is kicking its feet back and forth and looking extremely bored.
I will approach I'm trying to hail its attention.
Okay. As you approach, the monodrons that are standing outside, they pull weapons at you and they stop you.
I will hold up my talents peacefully.
Okay. You see one of them goes and opens the door to the carriage.
Are they still pointing weapons at me?
They are.
Because if so, it would be very mixed signal.
It is very mixed signals.
Yeah. Does it look like we'd all fit inside the carriage?
It does.
They ever
And
send these to get back people who escaped from the other places?
No.
Well, there's not many other alternatives right now. So I will
Step
keep
inside?
I will keep hands up, but I will move inside the carriage.
Okay. As you step inside this carriage, you see a plush leather sofa seats with fancy trim, a beautiful chandelier, and an assortment of exotic-looking drinks. There's more than enough room for everybody inside. All right. Does anybody take any of the drinks?
Not yet.
Okay. Anybody else?
They have snacks.
They do.
I'm kind of torn between growing a flower from one of the seeds in my pouches just for myself, or I'm gonna drink back to see if that'll calm me.
You tell me, Sky. What are you doing?
Botanical drinks, don't drink.
Odds I drink.
Evens you do
So,
not. That is a natural
Evens I do
20.
not. So I'll just grow a flower with one of the seeds in my pouch with Druidcraft and take a seat.
Okay.
Kind of focus on the flower since I'm trapped inside thing again.
Does it smell? Does aura even have smells?
Does what have smells?
Oil.
Yeah.
Oil has many smells.
Yeah.
Can I tell is it made of oil or something?
Give me a perception check.
Not advantage.
That's
Ah,
right.
damn
That's
it.
a 20. This smells has a very strong, earthy, alcoholic smell to it, but also kind of mixed with like a kerosene type smell.
Piercing?
Mm-hmm.
Vegan will drink it.
Of course, vegan will drink it.
The minute I said that,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw there, vegan.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Okay, come on. Click.
Okay. It's not the worst thing you've drank, but it's not good either. And as
I'll
soon
knock
as
20 of it back.
yeah, as soon as you sit down and everybody is settled and Vegan has taken this first drink, all of a sudden the carriage, you hear like the sound of metal, and all of a sudden the carriage takes off. It is extremely quick pace down the tracks towards the tower. But you hear it, you feel like you can see through the windows the speed that is going, but you do not actually feel like there is any momentum inside of the carriage. It's like, it's, to give a good example, it's kind of like a bullet train. And Telvin, you would know that this is one of many very quick moving modes of transportation, as this cogwheel, it is a 9-hour 1,000-mile ride from where you guys joined the cogwheel and found the carriage to the center of it. And so with this, you guys are able to take the equivalent of a long rest within this carriage.
Is the landscape changing at all? Like, are we finding any sort of plants or life, or is
You
it
are
still
not. You are not.
just gears
Everything
and
is
metal?
gears and metal.
You are a mechanist now. To be fair, when we get to colony, there should be plants. Your own vegetables. That is in colony of tribe.
Yep.
Not in main part of mechanist.
Now, you guys are, so with that, you can get all of your spell slots, all of your everything back. You're amazed at the sheer speed of this carriage as it carries you swiftly towards the tower at the center of the gear. The environment through the windows of the carriage blurs by, and you're barely able to catch glimpses of factories smelting weapons, monodrome components, and huge armies of monodrones marching with purpose to some unknown destination. With a small jolt, you feel the metal carriage stop. As you step out, you see an enormous metal tower rising above you. Now, the tower itself doesn't seem to have any doors or obvious points of entry. Instead, a platform made of gears sits before you, attached to one end of a set of spiraling teeth built into the exterior of the tower. It looks as if the gears of the platform mesh with the tower itself, and the platform rides along the track, slowly spiraling along the outside towards the peak of the tower. And there is a small brass button with an up arrow embossed into the platform, and it's built into the tower wall at the far end of the platform. So the carriage directly drops you off where you are stepping out onto this platform.
While we were in there, I'm gonna recast Mage Armor, of course, and then I'll do the telepathic bond.
I figured. Okay.
I think I figured out that can fit everybody.
I believe so.
I know what this tower is.
Give me a history check. You know this is the Tower of Primus.
It was Tower of Primus.
Well, you know that Primus is literally prime. It is the...
He's number one.
Yep. Yes. So this is the Tower of Primus. This is where... This is, if nothing else, the interface to Primus. This is the thing that literally controls everything within Mechanus.
It is important tower.
It is very important tower.
But we know his way to get back home.
You know that getting back home, you know, Primus should be able to help you with that.
Yep, then I will approach.
Okay. So you step out onto the platform. Does anybody push the up button?
Any modrons or anything, like, or are we just all alone?
So no, there are the ones that are standing around the carriage. There's like 5 or 6 of them around the carriage, including the one that is driving the carriage.
Were they attached?
They were.
Okay.
So think Snow White, not Snow White, Cinderella with the footmen holding onto the carriage sides. That's kind of how the monodrones were. Hanging on the outside. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll follow Telvin because this is his place. He knows where we're going.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Does anybody push the button?
I will push button.
Okay. And as you do, you hear the clanking of metal to metal, the gears turning as the platform, the two pieces of circular gears, about 30 feet across, and they slowly start to ascend up the side of the tower. After about 60 feet or so, you see 3 pentadrones emerge from doors in the side of the tower that open up, and seem to stay alongside the outer edges of the gears that you are on. Now, about 30 more feet up, 2 quadradrones seem to appear as well and are flying around about 30 feet above you. They seem to be watching and waiting. All right. The gear platform eventually comes to a stop at the top of the tower. Before you is a set of tall double doors made of imposing white metal that you've never encountered before. Craning your neck, you see the portal floating in space high above the tower. Perhaps there is a way to get there from inside? And you know this portal that is above the tower is the portal to the material plane. It is how you yourself came through to the material plane.
It's not what
go ahead.
it was not home I had in mind.
Entering through the double doors, you find yourself in a square room with bright white walls. Pipes and tubes emerge from the walls and the floor snaking along the ground. The pipes exhale a fine mist of white steam at timed intervals, sounding almost like a sigh or a breathy whisper. You can hear muffled gears whirling in the distance, or perhaps the sound is so soft you only feel them through the walls and the soles of your feet. Yet they must be there, you're sure of it. The steady rhythm of Mechanus is a part of this place. It would be, empty without it. The pipes travel along the floor and lead to a solid rectangular metal pedestal in the center of the room. On top of the pedestal is a black obsidian sphere. A piece of glass so brilliant that it could be mistaken for a diamond is mounted to the front face of the pedestal. As you approach the pedestal, you notice that there's some writing on the glass. No, inside the glass somehow. And the first several symbols you do not recognize until there is a single word in common. Error.
Let's see, I will look around a little bit more.
What are the modrons and like the quadrants and the?
There is no one inside.
Remember, what are they doing? Are they just hanging out looking at us? Or?
There's no one in this room with you.
Okay, so they didn't come in.
Mm-mm. All you see on this this sphere of glass is the word error.
That's error.
Just error.
Seven, can the space be broken sometimes?
Would I know if tower could be broken?
Give me a history check. I mean, the plan is, there's always a possibility, but you haven't ever seen it be broken. I mean, everything can break.
Is possible. Is unlikely, but is possible.
There's no buttons or anything on the walls. It's empty room sphere.
Just the sphere on top of the pedestal. Solid rectangular metal pedestal with a black obsidian sphere on it and what looks to be a diamond mounted to the front of the pedestal.
Is sphere or diamond broken?
Give me
Correct.
a perception check. Doesn't look to be broken. I would say with that 15, you do know, Telvin, that many years ago, Primus sent an army to Limbo to put a stop to the Chaos plane that was there. It fought a good fight, but in the end, it had to retreat. Some of the Chaos from Limbo is rumored to have spread into Primus's consciousness, but they said to have taken care of that.
I suppose I can go up and try to get a closer look at sphere and diamond.
Okay.
Maybe matter of perspective.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. As you step up to the pedestal and the sphere, you notice that the word error goes away, and all of a sudden there is this jumbled mess of wording that pops up on the glass screen.
Send armies to Faerun. That's not ominous.
What do you do?
Now that I am closer, does sphere or diamond look cracked or damaged?
It does not.
Can I tell where the writing is coming from, or is it just appearing?
It just appears on the appearance sphere.
On it or
In
in
it.
it?
In it. So, kind
Dude.
of, think of this along the lines of, okay.
Magic 8 Ball?
No, well, yeah, sort of, but, I'm gonna date myself here. Think about it as if it's like Doogie Howser's, computer screen, where it's the
Jesus
typing.
Christ.
MS-DOS, really?
Uh-huh.
I was thinking of war games myself, but
Yeah,
okay.
but like
The
MS-DOS.
old Commodore 64?
Yep.
Play Around the World with Carmen Sandiego for hours on that thing. My mom had to type a paper, it broke every minute.
But
I heard
that's
sometimes if you answer wrong, you get have a snake bite or
Dysentery?
not typhoid. Dysentery.
right.
I'm gonna say in Telvin's head, you're the one who belongs here, so maybe you should try talking to it?
I mean, it does
Right,
not
the
look
parts
like.
are Chaos monkeys.
It's true.
I don't know. Is there something that looks like it can be talked to?
I mean, it asked you a question.
Can I read it from where I'm standing, or would I have to get close along
You
with?
would have to get closer. You know what? Actually, here's a good themed music for this. Do the techno dance music while you guys are in talking to the computer. What are you gonna do? It asked you a question.
I am Telvin Mori.
Okay. You see that it seems to respond and yeah.
Ask it who it is. It has a conscience.
It is Primus. is in writing.
As you step up, then you can in fact see it, Sky.
Hello, Telvin. Hello, Primus. Mr. Mechanus.
So you see that that it asks you questions, and it seems to continue to, in essence, have a conversation with you.
I'll say in our brains again. Ask you if you can switch that portal to get us to your house.
I am here to bring friends from Prime Material Plane to Gem Dragon Colony. Can you help send us there? It should feel more natural than it does.
It should.
Oh, he says yes.
That's awesome.
It was easier than expected.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to fight a giant sphinx or something weird like that.
That seems a little too simple for it to be.
Hold on, then we'll send army. No, you should not send army to Prime Material Plane. Would be a bad idea.
So you continue having this conversation with him, and he seems to continue to just like keep going back to the same kind of thing. He goes back to must send, and like it continues, and it every time you make a comment or something, he goes back to the first things that he said to you. You know, send armies to Faerun, enforce law, chaos, limbo, order. Just keeps going with that.
Can I use the ID badge?
Sure. You can. Okay. Okay. Alright, so, do you put it, against,
Yeah.
Okay. So, you touch, the sphere, and,
I touch it with the badge.
with the badge, and, it comes back, this is Primus.
What is the status? The stats.
So there are no
Corrupted.
actual stats for Primus. It is, Primus is the, it is the interface of Mechanus. It is the controlling, it is the thing that controls all of the drones. All of the world.
But it doesn't come off like it's corrupted or.
Give me an intelligence check. Straight check, please. It is very much corrupted. You get that feeling immediately as soon as you see that information and what it has said. You are quite aware that something corrupted Primus. because Primus is like a godlike being of pure logic and order, neither cruel or kind. However, now there is some corruption in there somewhere. Something happened. There's fragments of corrupted code.
To be a good job for Abor.
It would be a good job for everyone.
I don't necessarily think it'll work. I could try to cast Lesser Restoration, but that's probably way too low level. This will actually work.
I have a question
Okay.
on ability. And well, first, do share that Primus is corrupted with chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. Question for thematic purpose only, and feel free to say no. But Clockwork Sorcerer has ability to restore balance. Specifically, wording says your connection to plane of absolute order allows you to equalize chaotic moments. It's mostly for advantage or disadvantage rolls.
Right.
But if knowing that Primus is infected by chaos, therefore throwing him out of order, could I use Restore Balance to restore order to Primus?
I would say that it would help you to do so, yes.
Could I combine that with my Lesser Restoration?
Technically, I can use up to proficiency. I don't mind burning all 4 uses if need be.
Okay.
Ability rarely comes up anyway, so it's fine.
It does. So, what do you, okay, so, in other words, you're trying to get Primus to do what? Are you trying to shut him down? Are you trying to get him to reset? What are you trying to do?
Well, if Primus is out of order because chaos elements are infused, I am trying to restore order of balance.
Right.
By, I guess, restoring to original factory form, I suppose.
Okay.
Best way to put it.
In other words, you're trying to reset him.
Da.
Okay.
So hard reset.
Hard reset. Okay, so here's what I need you to do. I'm gonna need, and this is what's really funny because this is not only the perfect backstory for Kane for Telvin, but also it involves the thing that Kane complains about all the time not having. I need you to make me, we'll go 4, because you're using 4 uses of it, charisma checks. So, I would say persuasion checks specifically, to try to persuade this computer to reset itself, reboot itself.
Right, he will stretch first. It's important to have loosened hammies. Right.
Could I, instead of trying to do Lesser Restoration, because that's just a status effect and it has no stats, can I enhance ability?
Sure.
Kelvin?
Sure. He's already gonna be having advantage from the
Oh, well then,
restore balance.
There's no
so
part.
There's no real reason
No
for
point.
it.
Yeah.
Alright, so Telvin, I need 4 persuasion checks with advantage.
Okay. Luckily, I took skill expert. Hopefully, it will help.
Hopefully.
Alright, so 1,
Okay.
2,
Better.
3,
Okay.
4.
Nice silvery barbs.
On Kelvin?
Silvery barbs would require him to use the lesser roll.
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So it would make him roll again, but he would have to use the lesser of whatever he rolled. Okay.
Oh,
Well, I may have something for this.
Okay. Before I give you an answer on what this is gonna do, I'm gonna let you do whatever you feel you need to do to those 4 rolls.
All right. Let's see.
Keep in mind, if you do roll an ashy advantage, it's only going to be a single die per roll.
Well, I will
You're not
use.
going to roll advantage.
Sure.
Yeah, so...
Sure. I will use magical guidance.
Okay. On which roll?
We'll say 1 and 3.
Okay.
That's 2 points. And so 1 and 3.
Okay.
Whew.
That's much better. Good use of those sorcery points right there. Do you feel comfortable with those answers now?
I cannot get much better than those, so yes.
Okay. So, with that, you see that the error messages keeps coming, and then all of a sudden, you see that another message comes across. You see that a countdown starts. But it is on that thing, but it is a different color than the white that was happening before. And it seems that Primus is rebooting. It seems that you have managed to get him to reboot himself. And as the countdown keeps going, you see the numbers coming across, and then all of a sudden the full screen is blank. The ball, the obsidian ball, seems to dim for a moment before it comes back alive, and you see that it comes back and it says, you see a bunch of words just come across the screen, as in like it is rebooting. Yeah. And you see that it says, "Hello, Haven's heroes. I am Primus."
Hey, that's good.
He knows who we are.
He does.
Well, he is godly entity, I suppose. That is
Yes.
to be expected.
He is. All right.
Hello, Primus.
So, when you first started this, and before you reset him and everything, you asked for him to do a portal to your specific home, Telvin, and he does so. As you have repaired him, he will send you and your friends specifically to your home, and you see behind you a portal open up, and through the portal you can see the buildings and the surrounding area of your home, your family home. And just as promised, Sky, you see that through this portal, you see a world that is different than the world that you have seen for the last, day or so. One that, although it's still of the mechanical purposes, does look a little closer to home. And as you all step through, Telvin, what do they see? As you step into your home area.
Well, dragon colony is big, very big. Is I can't get all right. So basically, it's like if you were to watch like a National Geographic special, lots of simple housing, huts, kind of like a lodge house would be like probably the most advanced type of structure. There are gem dragonborn everywhere, various ages and whatnot. Just like you mentioned before, there are some that are monks, some that are rangers, some that are magic, etc., etc. There's some fields where they plow and grow vegetables and whatnot. You would recognize some of them from the kitchen that Telvin has back at the dorm. In the distance, you would see fully grown gem dragons flying around. Distant family. There would be like a main lodge with more like wood elements building into it, where like the tribe elders would be, like the oldest of the dragonborn. But there are hatchlings. There's just all sorts of various colors of gem dragons here. But it'd be like stepping into like an actual tribe, dragonborn themed.
Nice. Okay, so you step through, and immediately that is what you see. And as you all step through and the portal closes behind you, you immediately see the difference just looking at Telvin, how much more at home he is here. As tons of little gem dragonborn come running up to him, little cousins and stuff. You see that the portal itself has caught the attention of a lot of the surrounding people, and you get a very warm welcome here within the colony. Was there anything that you specifically wanted to do, Telvin?
Also, clothing-wise, it's more tribal.
Okay.
Flowers, leaves. That's why he took his shirt off, to be a little more at home. But he will walk forward and hug little hatchlings, some of which are probably brothers and sisters, since he has 23 of them of various ages. And he will bask in warm welcome from tribe, but also kind of subtly wave friends forward, bearing in mind that friends are first non-gem dragon to be in this colony ever. But
and you see,
in the last 2,000 years.
A lot of the young kids are just kind of looking at you, just awestruck. And Felfiz and Rosie, you're as big as some of the these dragonborn kids are bigger than you are, some of them. And they're amazed, they're awestruck. They are just you guys are quite a collection of adventurers for them to meet for the very first time.
Some would probably be very enamored with Vegan.
Yes, and Sky as well, with all of his feathers, and they've never seen an owlin before. They've never seen a fairy before. Yeah.
I'd be pretty stoked if I'm seeing like that life for the first time, and I'm like just kind of like when you've been at sea for ages and you first put your feet on the ground. I'm just kind of euphoria, right? Flying around and
kissing the grass.
Yes.
Yep.
In fact, I might accidentally cause plant growth. You never know.
Hey, it works. At least you chose somewhere that has dirt. Yeah. What's up?
You're not looking at me like a fool, am I?
No, not necessarily. I mean, no more than Telvin does normally.
Would be a yes.
That would be a yes. No, like there's some. I would say some of the adults definitely yes. but also some of the younger and even up to Telvin's age are more enamored by you guys instead of necessarily wanting to eat you. I mean, you do talk back after all.
Oh, great.
Just don't climb into any pots.
Why would I do that?
Or, bathtubs
That's
full
a
of liquid.
good rule to live by just anywhere.
Why does anyone do anything? I don't know. I'm just telling you, don't climb into any strange pots. Oh, it's absolute spa, Dave. Go ahead and climb into pot. We'll add extra aromatics.
Yeah,
Ginger, galangal,
carrots.
carrots.
Potatoes. Yep.
Don't be like Bugs Bunny, basically.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Soap pellets shaped like carrots. Who knows?
There you go. But so you are all able to meet and enjoy time here within Telvin's ancestral home. That's the word I was looking for. Where you really are greeted with love and affection, and treated to quite the feast, as you are in essence celebrities to the group, and as you are all able to enjoy the food here, you understand where Telvin's love of cooking comes from. As you see, even with so many people, the meals here are served in essence family style. And everybody, makes sure that they get plenty to eat. No one goes hungry. And you're able to have that little bit of downtime necessarily, to just relax. It's been a long time since you've had that just moment of relaxation.
Do they keep feeding us little ones in efforts to make us grow like Telvin used to?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. There is definitely that a couple of the grandmother types that keep shoving food into your hand, or putting an extra scoop onto your plate, or whatever. Yeah.
This is as big as I get.
But you definitely enjoy your time here, and it is, for being on a different plane of existence, it's also quite reminiscent of home. So there is quirks, don't get me wrong. There is some of the games that these kids are playing and trying to get you to play with them explain a lot about Telvin. No matter what happens in this time that you're here, your understanding of Telvin is changed immensely. You now understand a lot of his mannerisms, a lot of his quirks, a lot of his yeah, and it's funny because you brought up that him trying to eat everybody. You get, just in the little bit of time that you spend here, you get you're over here, that I'm going to eat you is kind of the equivalent of what we would now pretty much the FU, yeah. So you kind of get the feeling of that's kind of where this comes from here. So yeah, you get some pretty good insight into Telvin.
We'll wave down at some point at dinner, or post dinner. Right? Actually, during dinner, I'll have Aurora sitting with me, and we'll raise toast, but also say that I have returned with friends to show that prime material and possibly other planes is safe for travel, and that tribe elders should consider allowing Dragonborn to spread wings, and metaphorically or physically, or both. Both.
Okay. And that, I mean, you hear cheers going up, and there's a bunch of like teenagers and stuff that are like, yeah, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna, and you know, I'm gonna go take on da 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 da, and like there is just this big group that are just like ready to go. They're gonna go be that Dragonborn team of adventurers all by themselves kind of situation. But yeah, that is.
If I can find a way to very subtly try and ask if anybody knows, who was it? The other one that we found? I don't remember her name. The other Dragonborn?
Tammy?
Tammy, yeah. If
You do. You can find her specific branch of the family.
okay, so they actually did send her.
They did. They did.
Okay.
And they are extremely glad to know that you ran into her and that she is doing okay.
At some point after dinner, they will also wave down distant cousin, actual gem dragon, to introduce two friends.
Okay.
I'm sure they have not seen too many dragons up close, like actual dragons.
Ooh.
You definitely have not. And
It's important to not get into pot now.
And as you call over,
like a real dragon.
you call over Delzarin. Delzarin is known as the Gentle Mind.
Mind?
Mind. Yep. Delzrin. Yep. Delzarin. Yep.
Let's see. I will call down Delzarin to meet the party.
Okay.
Those two actual dragon. He's much bigger in person than reading in books at school.
And he is. Yeah, he is a lot bigger, and you see that that he's beautiful. Yeah, you see that at first you see that he's looks like a bit different in color as you kind of get different angles. He is a what is called a crystal dragon. And as he comes up, he says, "Well, Haven's heroes, it is nice to finally meet you. Telvin has told us quite a bit about your school and your adventuring. I must admit, I'm quite curious about the material plane. I hope to someday be able to go there myself and, well, just see it and enjoy meeting all of the other creatures such as yourselves."
He's my Elvis, and Rosie, and Sora, and Sky, and Began, and Eivor, and Eivor's goat, and this is Aurora.
It is very nice to meet you. And you guys see, like, Delzarin is of all of the actual gem dragons that you see around this group, this one kind of seems like he's one of the smaller side compared. I mean, he's big compared to you guys, but he's of all of the dragons here, he is the crystal dragons are some of the smaller of the gem dragons. But his scales are just beautiful. You catch the rainbow essence of light.
Iridescence.
He is very iridescent. Yes, they're almost like a translucent crystalline scale.
I'm just gonna be like completely spellbound and awestruck.
Everybody give me a history check, except Telvin, because you would know this. Okay. Oh, that was almost a 20 right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw that.
Yeah, almost.
Yes.
Alright. Felfiz, you are aware from all of your research, crystal dragons are some of the more friendly of the gem dragons. Yet also ones that you want to not piss off because they will literally blind you with their breath weapon is a breath weapon of light. But yeah, never did you think that you would ever see a crystal dragon in person. And like this guy, he is super friendly. Like he is enjoying talking to you guys, and he asks questions about where you came from before you went to the school, and you know what you're studying and what you're doing, and he just keeps going, and he is just, if you were gonna make a friend here among the dragons, this is the one to do it. And Telvin, you are aware that this guy, he does have a gentle mind. He is a very friendly guy, and that's part of the reason that you called him over to meet your friends. So.
This is great, cousin. But yes, that is why I love being here. Is very much peace.
Oh man, like this is way more like I thought you were. Just to this place is amazing, man.
It is my own little slice of home. I've grown up here. I've learned much, especially about cooking. When you have 23 siblings, you must know how to cook. For yourself and for them.
Yeah, that meal, man, that was like, it could just down to earth, home. You could just like taste the love in all the bites, man.
Would you like to see fields?
Oh man, definitely.
Happy to show you a vegetation that is grown out here. It is much different than what you find at home in Prime. Much variety of spices and herbs.
Oh man, yeah, I brought this bag of seeds. I'm hoping like maybe I could trade with the farmers around here. We could do like a seed swap or something.
Yeah, I'm sure they would not mind. Also,
I'd love to bring some of these back and try and grow them on the the material plane.
That could be done. Also, vegan, there are many relatives that like to play instruments you cannot find outside of here. Sure, you would like to look at them.
Okay. Well, with that, we are going to actually take our break, and we will come back to find out if there is anything else to do in Mechanus before you head back to the Prime Material and back to campus. So we will be back in just a few minutes. See you then. and welcome back to DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. Just a reminder that on Monday we will be having a DMS birthday subathon one-shot. So join us for that in place of our normal Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super looking forward to that. So, all right, let's get back to this with our Haven's Heroes. Their summer of adventure between years 3 and 4, currently on the plane of Mechanus. All right. So, with that, all right, let's see here. Okay. So, Mechanus, known as the Clockwork Nirvana. Yeah. So, what would you guys like to do? You said something about going to hang out with some of the farmers and stuff.
Yeah.
Can totally do that. Yeah, you can totally go hang out with some of the farmers. And you know what? Sky, give me a nature check, please. Okay. There are some plants here that you see that are very reminiscent of plants that you saw in the material plane, but also just a little bit different, as in like the color variations are just a little bit different. It's crazy because you can look at it, you can smell it, you can taste it, it all tastes familiar, but the color is different. And it's just like there's moments of all of that. There's some plants that you're able to trade seeds for that will grow greatly within your garden on campus. Stuff that you talk with Telvin about getting for him to have access to for your kitchen. Your pouch of seeds that you brought with you is overloaded by the time you get done here.
This is most awesome, man. This is so cool. You guys are amazing. I love bringing some of these back, and I feel kind of overwhelmed, but here's some seeds like from our area, and I've got your basic ones, but I've also got some cool ones, like eggplants and arugulas and a lot of spices and things that
you had a feeling might come into play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, that's totally doable. Yeah, and there's I mean, it is crazy around here. Yeah, you're able to trade stuff. Felfiz and Rosie, you're able, and as well as Sora a little bit, able to go in and you catch a couple of the lessons that they're teaching these young Dragonborn, and you actually, there's a couple of times, Felfiz, that you are actually able to talk with some of the elders and share some of your knowledge, some of your studies, to help them be better teachers for the young kids. You are, you guys, Sora, you talk with and just have great at-length conversations with these gem dragons, and it's not just the one that Telvin introduced you to, but you meet others. You meet sapphire dragons and emerald dragons and amethyst dragons, and it is amazing. and you get a lot of information about like gemstones and what they do with magic, and it's just, for as much as you guys are absorbing, you're sharing your knowledge as well. Began, you find that Telvin was right. There is quite a musically inclined section of this colony, and you're able to not only share your music with them in your dance and stuff that you learned at school, but you're also able to learn a couple of instruments, some drums, flutes, that kind of stuff. Not enough to be proficient in them, but to start the process. I would say you guys are here long enough that Began, you're able to kind of pick up a little bit of that tribal style of music, and the very just, what's the word I'm looking for, instinctual and emotional connection to the music that is being played. It is beautiful, and you do find that there's just a reconnection here, and you all you feel immediately at home and at peace, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Felfiz, one of the kids, one of the classes that you guys were able to help with. It actually, a lot of it was Eivor helping with some of the mechanical stuff. This little boy, Dragonborn, comes up to you, and he is holding this small, mechanical-looking animal of some type. You're not quite sure as he's holding it, and he goes up to you and he says, "I made this for you. It will be your friend." And he hands you this, what looks like possibly like a mechanical dog or little small mechanical animal. It is, for technical purposes, a mechanical dog. However, this one is painted to look like a badger. You're welcome. Thank you for helping me with my magic.
Of course. You're really good at it already. Keep studying.
I hope to be like Telvin someday.
Telvin's pretty cool.
He is pretty cool. Right? Sora, you, having learned all of this stuff from the dragons and the like, as you guys are here, Delzarin comes over to you at one point, and he says, now, I know that you're interested in gems and the like, but I think that you might be interested in this too. It's, well, Let it be a lesson that everything is in motion at all times. Stable or not, it is always in motion. So no matter how bad you feel about your schoolwork or whatever, just keep moving, just keep learning, just keep going. And he hands you this small circular device. And he says, when you put it on a flat surface and spin it, it will spin forever.
Cool.
Just give the mathematician perpetual motion technology.
I did just give him perpetual motion technology. Yeah, as a matter of fact.
I'll keep that lesson to heart.
I put some wrong homework and look what it did to Kazoo. I don't even want to know what's going to happen now.
Right. And so, Vegan, one of your bandmates, he is sitting there and he's playing with you, and you're having fun, you're rocking out, you're just going for this, and you guys are having a great time. And oh crap, what is it I was looking for? And so he walks over at the end of the set, and he says, I think that that this might be a good thing for you to have. And he says, I don't know if you are able to right now play it, but it would definitely be something for you to work with, because I think that it would come in handy quite a bit for you. And he hands you what looks to be a very beautiful mandolin.
Ooh.
And he says, this is a very special mandolin, one that, and as you look at it, you see that it has draconic scroll work on it. It is very, very beautiful. And you see that it, let's see if I can show the picture. Nope, okay. You see that it's beautiful. It is, it's got some draconic scroll work on it. It is just a very, very beautiful mandolin. And he says, I think that this could come in handy for you as you travel, especially if you are traveling with Telvin. And this is a instrument of the bards. It allows you to cast spells from the actual instrument. Oh my god, we're getting rated. Welcome in, Spasmic Gamer, with a rating party of 7. Hi, thank you. They were just celebrating their 300 followers, so awesome. Spasmic Gamer is another of our extra life streamers, so awesome. But all right, welcome on in. Okay, so all right, you're on it. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So yeah, you get a mandolin of draconic ancestry.
Nice. I'm gonna accept it, and I'm gonna kiss him square on the lips.
Okay. And as you do, he kind of pulls back, and he's like, thank you, but that's not why I gave it to you.
Here comes his dragonborn girlfriend to beat the crap out of you.
But he says, I'm sorry, and he just turns and walks.
Mind blown.
Yep, exactly. This fairy just kissed him square on the lips, and he's just out of here. All right. So, Sky, along with your very abundant pile of seeds that you have, you end up getting this. They hand you this. What is it called? Let's see here. You while you're out with the farmers and stuff, you notice that this one gentleman seems to have this jug that he carries with him. This like decanter type thing, and he seems to, every time he goes and goes up to certain plants, he takes the cork out of it and he just pours just a little bit of water over these plants. He puts the stopper back in and he goes along his way. And you notice that this gentleman is doing this, and as you are watching him, it's this older gentleman, and he's one of the ones that you had traded some seeds for, and he comes up to you and he says, I know that you appreciate plants and nature, and it is not just the sun and the earth that plants need to grow, and neither is it what we need to grow either. And he takes this decanter, and he takes the strap off of his shoulder, and he holds it out to you, and he says, sometimes, like all of the plants, sometimes you just need a drink of water. And thankfully, this will allow you to always have it with you. And he hands you a decanter of endless water.
Oh man, I've always heard about these things. I don't even know if I have the words to say, man. And tears are kind of forming in my eyes.
And you see, like, the way that the decanter is actually, like, sculpted, it looks as if it is a dragon and the water is coming out, like, out of its mouth. So
oh yeah, very cool.
Kind of like a breath weapon is water. Yeah.
Oh man, that's amazing.
It's really cool. All right. So with all of those, Telvin.
I'm gonna have given them any spells that they wanted out of my spellbook or anything too. I mean,
and you're able to copy.
Maybe they don't have
some that you didn't have either, and you're able to trade for that. Telvin. Oh, thank you, Spasmic. I do need to hydrate. Thank you. Good call. It's like I talk for a living or something. All right. So, Telvin, during this time period that you are here within the tribe, there comes an evening that you and Aurora are asked to have dinner privately with your family, with your parents, and any siblings that you specifically, immediate family, I should say. And so you kind of, you have this in, your parents' house, and you are able to watch as Aurora just kind of melts into your family. Fits in quite well, in fact. You know, giving as good as she's getting from your siblings. Your mom loves her. Dad is a little more reserved, but you still see him kind of looking over at you and Aurora with a slight smile. Just you kind of get that whole, you did good. That's a good one. Look.
He must be shocked because I bring home Dampier, not Dragonborn.
A little bit, but she seems to be, like I said, giving as good as she's getting. So she's holding her own. That's important. Yeah. And you have noticed that she has even, there's been times that you have had to stop her from, like, just going into competitions with your siblings. And it's really funny because there's been times that she has actually, like, dropped your siblings with one of her abilities that you are well aware of, where she can make, like, them get all wrapped up in vines and just planted in place. In other words, entangle. And yeah, it's really, like, it's really funny. There's been a lot of, like, the Wither and Bloom spell. She's done that a couple of times to some of the kids, but like nothing to harm anybody, but just holding her own. But as you all sit down to dinner, your dad kind of turns to you and he says, the group that's with you seems to be pretty proficient, pretty good group that you've aligned yourselves with.
Yeah, they are my friends. Close to family.
That is wonderful. I'm glad that you have your own tribe there with you. I have to worry quite as much as I was before, knowing now that you have your tribe and meeting them. I feel like it is time to, well, I wasn't sure how to do this, but I think it's time that I pass on something from, well, it has gone down many generations in our family. Since the beginning of us being here on Mechanus. One of the very first clockwork items that our family was given once we arrived here. And you see that he pulls out from underneath his robes around his neck an amulet that you have seen throughout your lifetime. He never goes anywhere without it. And you see he takes it off, and you're aware this amulet has your family crest engraved upon this copper amulet. And as he takes it in his hands, he kind of holds it for a moment and looks over at you, and he says, "This has brought our family and our tribe good luck for all these years, and it seems that you have found your own luck. But I believe that it is time for you to carry your family with you." and he hands you this copper amulet, which you know contains tiny inner locking gears, and is powered by the magic of Mechanus. And you have a clockwork amulet with your family crest on it.
Attack roll with an amulet to forgo the 20, the 10 on that die. Oh, that's useful. Huh. I will wear family amulet with pride.
Okay. So, the dinner goes on. Your family is, just, it's as rambunctious as you remember. It is the craziness that is, well, a family of Gem Dragonborn, with as many siblings and cousins and friends and whatnot. Everything around here is crazy.
I'll make sure before we go that she gets to see gem dragons up close and in person.
You do, and you are able to introduce her to all of the elders, all of the family, the friends, and you guys spend like a week or so here before it is time for you to venture back to the material plane.
Before we go, do we get the impression that tribe elders will allow other gem dragon from tribe to leave Mechanus?
You're getting a pretty good feeling of that, yes.
Then was mission accomplished.
So, with that, you go through the process of letting the tribe elder know that you need okay, you totally would, Sky, you definitely enrich the fields here, and there is, the night before you guys leave, there is another giant feast, and you are just treated almost like royalty, and everyone just is so excited that you are here, that you are friends with Telvin, that you have shared your knowledge of the material plane and helped to make their lives better. You get an abundance of Dragonborn that are trying to figure out how they too can go to StrixSeven, how they can get to the material plane, and it's an overwhelming just party. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before you leave Mechanus?
Is there jungle juice at the party?
Of course there is.
We call that, but it would be something similar.
Of course. There's Dragonborn juice.
This was actually mostly concentrated vodka.
Yeah.
With a little bit of fruit.
Yep. It's fruit that's literally been macerated by the vodka. Yep. Anybody else have anything else to do before we go? Okay.
I'll be hesitant to go because I like being at home, but school is not yet over.
It is not. And you do know that this is, like, just from the time that you've been here, you still have a little chunk of summer left. So this is not like school starting immediately kind of thing. So it is the final day you're here. The elder, there's a couple of them, and they are able to open the portal for you guys to journey back to the material plane, back to StrixSeven. And as you step through, I would like everybody to please give me a, hold on, I gotta check real quick. It is a wisdom saving throw, please.
The alignment still?
Nope. Okay.
Let's see, wisdom saving.
Okay.
The second one was Rosie.
Okay.
I'm assuming we talked to somebody about, the huge robot and everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, that was almost a 20 too. Dang. All right. As you step through the portal, you kind of look around, and it seems different. Life here on campus seems different. There is, well, it, through everything, when you walk through, and it's as if you went from this most peaceful location to quite literally a area of chaos, as you see students running between buildings. You see mage hunters are out and chasing students. It is craziness here on campus. It's definitely not like it was when you left. You're not quite sure what happened, but there might be some investigation that needs to happen now that you're back on campus to find out what is going on. But it is that stuff that we will actually pick up next week, as you have now got back to campus and back to the dorms here within the StrixSeven campus. But we will pick that up next week. So, as that is a great place for us to take a moment and just relax and bring our story to an end for the week. Are you fireballing the school? What? Okay.
May as well.
I mean, you might as well. All right.
It is evil villain turn.
Just a reminder that we are going to be having our DMS birthday subathon one shot on Monday for my birthday. Come join us for that. It is going to be a blast. We're going to have fun, and I am just super excited. I was working on that today. All right. We are going to raid on out. Let's see, who are we raiding to? Well, there's not really anybody that I had on that L2S is not on. Let's see here.
I tried to put everything out that he just lit on fire.
That's fair. That's fair. Alright, well, you know what? We're just going to call it right there then. Just thank you so much for Spasmic Gamer for raiding into us. We appreciate that immensely. And I hope that you will join us on Monday for our subathon one-shot. Or Friday for our Eberron Oracle of War. Or right back here next Saturday to join our StrixSeven College of Chaos to see what kind of college chaos is going on. And, well, we'll see what happens. But until next time, thank you so much for hanging out here within DMS Adventurers Tavern, where adventure is always on the menu. Thanks, guys.